Silence greets visitors to Nagoro, a small mountainous village in western Japan. Not a living soul can be seen walking along the deserted streets. Only creepy, life-size dolls are seen dotting the landscape. Dolls outnumber humans 10 to 1. 270 dolls to be exact, compared to only 27 residents. The dolls are the creations of one of Nagoro's few remaining residents, 69-year-old Tsukimi Ayano. She started to create the dolls to help cure her loneliness and sense of despair each time she returns home. Most residents of this tiny village have left a long time ago in search of employment or have died.
そういう実際に住んでて今亡くなられた人とか自分が気に留まった人がおったりしてそういう人形を作ったりしています。
Here at this village, you can't even hear children's laughter. That's because there are no more children. The last school closed down in 2012. The youngest person living is 55 years old.
もちろん若い衆が帰ってこんけんな若い連中が帰ってきて何かをやろうっていう企業を起こせばいいんだけどなそんなもんこともできるんだろうと思うけんねやっぱりこれは今おる27名でなこれいろいろ話をしようてまあこの集落をな維持するようなことをせねえかんと思いますよ。
The problem facing the people of this village is also being replicated in many parts of the country. Mention Japan, and the image of a cool, vibrant and energetic country comes to mind. Cities like Tokyo that don't sleep, 24 million tourists a year, urban landscapes that psychedelic, high-speed bullet trains. But once you step out into rural Japan, that's when the crisis of a population decline hits you squarely. The latest data from Japan's Internal Affairs Ministry reveals that the Japanese population has fallen for 10 years in a row. To paint a stark picture, in 2017, Japan had 900,000 babies born. But that year, 1.3 million people died, which means that Japan's population was negative 400,000. In other words, there were more dead people than babies born. Can a country literally die out?
結婚する人が減るとダイレクトに子どもの数は必ず減ります。結婚の数が減ると結婚しない人が増えると子どもの数が減る。
35-year-old Akihito Kondo works as a school administrator. The soft-spoken bachelor ticked all the right boxes of an ideal husband. He's well-educated, holds a steady job, and has his own apartment. In 2018, he married Hatsune Miku. Miku is not an ordinary girl. She's a pop star hologram, a character that exists in the virtual world. Akihito's reason for not marrying a real woman is that he was very unpopular in school back then and was often bullied by the girls. Hurt and frustrated, he lost all interest in girls. That's when he met Miku in the virtual world. He fell in love with her and decided to marry her instead.
やっぱり女性に対してトラウマができてしまったので、私にとってはもうその落ち込んでいる時に初音ミクのその動画見たりイラスト見たりっていうので救われたんですよ。だから私にとっては初音ミクっていうのは好きな女性であって私を救ってくれた存在なんです。
Akihito's experience, as unusual as it appears, is indicative of a growing problem facing Japan today. Last year, the number of marriages fell to a post-war low of 580,000, down by some 20,500 from the previous year. Even Japanese experts believe there's nothing the government can do to encourage more singles to get married and have children. Numerous reform measures have been put into place to try and boost the country's birth rates, including offering free early childhood education. Yet, birth rates continue to slide. and that has put a drag on the nation's growth, which has stalled since the early 1990s. One way to resolve the issue is to open the doors to foreign workers.
As part of the solution, the Abe government has been proposing a more friendly immigration policy, which is allowing immigrant workers to stay in Japan for a bit longer than they used to be.
In April 2019, the program accepted some 40,000 workers from overseas in 14 fields which are facing acute labor shortages, including nursing care, food service, IT, agriculture, and construction. Experts, however, believe that it may not be enough to mitigate the phenomenon of a dwindling workforce in the country.
日本が島国で一国一民族一言語なので、大体日本語しか喋れない人が大半を占めていますし、日本の労働環境というとやっぱりその長時間労働っていうものがある程度その是とされている部分っていうのがやっぱり外国人の皆さんにはですね結構伝わってまして、日本市場自体があまりその人気が出ないと言われるのがもともと言われているところです。
Traditionally, Japan has always been known as an insular and a culturally homogeneous country. Until today, it has not fully embraced the idea of a large-scale immigration. But when push comes to shove, the country has no choice but to force through a change in the country's traditional values. In a traditionally male-dominated society, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe made history in 2013 when he announced his strategy of womenomics to enable more women in the labor force. Now, estimates show that if Japan can close the gender gap in the labor force, GDP can increase by 15%. So, can women save the Japanese economy? Even as the Japanese government continues to grapple with its labor crisis and aging population, in rural towns like Nagoro, it may be too late to turn back the clock.
考えても仕方ないじゃないですか。先のこと考えてね、もう今こんな津波があったりしてすぐね、今日今こうして元気でも明日のことがわからん時代でしょう。そんなんやったら先のことね、暗いこと考えんと自分は今楽しく明るくやっていくいうそんな考えのものですので、